welcome to Costume Commentary. I'm Kate.
And I'm Brit, and this is part 2 of our 2-part review of the costumes from Dragon Age.
Alright, let's start off this video with the Chantry.
So the Chantry is very interesting. A lot of their iconography has to do with the sun and light, and is also very feminine. They're different from the way that you see any religion almost ever. Instead of having, pastors or priests, they have what they call the revered mother. They are often talking about Andraste, who was the wife of the maker. Because it has to do with breath and light and air, the revered mother and anyone who is part of the church wear these outfits that have lots of sun symbology. Circles here with these like streams of light coming down. Pinks and golds and whites are often the colors that they wear. It's really interesting. In the real world, whenever I picture a priest, they're wearing black or dark color. It was cool to see the religion in this game that's all based around light. And they're not necessarily all pure and good. I mean, the Chantry has some issues. The Chantry is the group that is on top of the mages saying, like, you have to be a part of the Circle of Magi. It's interesting and cool the way that they see themselves and the way that they costume themselves and how their beliefs come across in the things that they wear. One major character who's a part of the Chantry, who's a bit of an exception to that rule of lightness, would be Cassandra, who is the Chantry's seeker. She's very hard and severe, but she's got a soft little middle. She's doing what she believes is right, and she's just severe in the way that she goes about it. She is wearing a lot of darker colors. Rather than the sun shades that are on everyone else that's a part of the Chantry, she has a lot of symbology of eyes. Hers is plastered right on her chest because that's her purpose. She's the seeker. I love how they brought that into her costume. One of my favorite characters. Whenever I think of the Chantry, the first person I think of is Cassandra, and she looks so different from the rest of them.
Thank you, Dragon Age, for not giving her boob armor.
Yes! Yeah. Thank you. If you watch these videos and take away anything, number 1, corsets are underwear. Number 2, boob armor is not a thing. Next up, a subset of the Chantry, the Templars.
Yes! The Templars are essentially the army for the Chantry. Now, I love armor. I think armor is a beautiful thing. But I have some beef. The armor that the Templars use seems a little weird in a couple places. The shoulders are so bulky.
Yeah.
Most of the armor looks fine, it looks great, but the shoulders are just so bulky and so many layers that I can't imagine swinging a sword being an easy task. Now, another thing that I find really weird about the armor is the skirts. I don't have anything really bad to say about it, except that they're weird. They would catch on the armor of the legs. They would catch on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a couple of them who, they luckily just have like this loincloth piece in between their legs, and that makes sense. If you want to have your emblems on that, that's great. But the skirt does not work. The colors that they use on a lot of the armor are really great because it shows how high up they are. They use these bright and brilliant reds and golds. The dye was so expensive, especially for an entire army.
Yeah.
To have red on them.
Yeah.
But red is also a great color because it does not show blood easily. It wasn't like they picked purple, which is a royal color, but that's going to show blood really easily.
Yeah.
Red is going to look nice and hide that.
And be kind of intimidating too.
Yeah, very intimidating.
Yeah. It reminds me of like what I picture when I picture like the typical like crusader.
Yes. It is a great example of a crusader.
Very like Dante's Inferno.
Now the emblem that is on their swords and their shields and their breastplates is a sword with flames coming out of it. That is an emblem of mercy. And I think that really means a lot because of they belong to a religious order. A lot of armies don't show a lot of mercy, and I feel like that's really important for them.
Yeah.
Because of who they are and what they represent.
I mean, obviously you have some corrupt Chantry members, but you have corrupt mages and corrupt humans too.
Yes.
No one's immune to like bad apples in the bunch. They're generally doing good.
Yeah.
Unless you're a mage, in which
Yeah.
case you probably don't like the Chantry or the Templars, but that's a whole other discussion.
The Templars do have a bit of a bad egg in their entire system. And that is with them being forced to take Illyrium. My favorite character in all of Dragon Age is a Templar who stops taking Illyrium.
He has the best hair. It's spun from gold. And also the rest of him. If you want to play Dragon Age Inquisition as though it were Pride and Prejudice, romance Cullen. So don't romance the egg, Romance the bull, romance the puppy. Don't romance the bumblebee.
For a second I was like, wait, who's the bumblebee? Oh, Sarah.
Dragon Age dating tips.
Literally
So
on my
cute.
notes, I put Cullen with a little heart on it.
Aww.
Alright, now Cullen actually has a lot more practical armor. He does not wear the stupid skirt, and he doesn't have the ridiculous shoulders. He does have a little more than average shoulder armor, but it's not ridiculous. Although it does wear this big red fur thing. On one hand it looks kind of pompous and ridiculous, on the other hand he's in charge of the army for the Inquisition.
Yeah.
So he should look better than most.
I mean, he's a high up dude.
Yeah, he deals a lot more with nobles than the rest of the army would, so he does need to look more royal and imposing. The fur collar really adds when he puts his helmet on. His helmet is in the shape of a lion's head. So he really looks like a lion when he puts on this helmet, and he's got the fur on, and he's this big, strong guy, and he's really noble. And everything about him exudes doing the right thing.
Yeah, he's a Gryffindor.
Oh, he is the definition of a Gryffindor, which is great why they put him in gold and red. And Morrigan is a Slytherin.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Solus too. Solus is a Slytherin.
Oh, Solus is a Slytherin. And Sarah's a Hufflepuff.
I'm even wearing my Hufflepuff pants.
You are. I'm wearing, I believe, green. Another member of the Templars who really stands out is Meredith. Now Meredith looks more like a queen
Yeah.
than a commander. She wears a golden circlet and a red hood. She still wears the ridiculous skirt. Just like Cassandra, she shows how powerful a woman can be. She rose from the ranks, and her difference in uniform really shows that she is somebody who's more powerful.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
like,
not saying she's a great person, I'm just saying that
Yeah,
her
I mean,
armor shows.
she's a powerful lady, but she ain't a good lady.
No, but then again, not all the mages are great people either.
Oh no. Last but not least, everybody else, aka normal, not magical humans.
Bioware does a very good job of making the humans very diverse. No two groups of humans really looks alike. They have a really nice class distinction. You could see two humans next to each other and know that they're not in the same group.
The best example of that is looking at a place like Kirkwall from Dragon Age 2 and Orlais from Dragon Age Inquisition. Orlais is like so rich, it's ridiculous. Like, people are just wandering around in like gilded gold masks, and in Kirkwall, all the refugees from the recent blight flooded there. No one has enough resources to feed themselves unless they're stealing half the time, and that's going to be reflected in their clothing. So a lot of them are wearing very basic things out of cheap fabrics and not bright colors. And then you go to Orlais and you have people wearing literal gold, and it's such a distinction between these two groups that they could have just said like, oh well, they're all humans, so blah. But you have this group over here that their socioeconomic status is reflected in their costumes. Then you have this group where they've done the same thing, but in the opposite direction. So overall, good job, Bioware. We totally love it. If you have the time and you want to get really, really invested, definitely play through Dragon Age. It's so diverse, and even just with just the main characters, not even taking the background characters into account, it's so ridiculously detailed. Even from the first game, which admittedly now is pretty old, they still, even then, were working really hard on character and costume design, and it definitely shows. And then Dragon Age Inquisition is like the shining jewel in the crown. It's gorgeous. It's a great game with great costumes, great character design, great plot.
Yeah.
And there's like a
fantastic
bajillion
plot.
different ones.
Yeah,
You can do whatever you want in this life.
You want to be a jerk? Be a jerk.
Yeah.
You want to be a sweet little angel who loves everyone? You're gonna have your heart broken, but sure.
Yeah. Or you can be a sarcastic little crap, and you can just pick the little laughing mask for every dialogue option.
Yeah.
And then you'll get Hawk, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that is exactly Hawk.
So that's it for our part 2 of this review of Dragon Age. Make sure to leave us a like down below if you liked it, and comment what you would like us to review next.
And tune in this upcoming Friday for our review of BBC Sherlock. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
Yay! Jim Moriarty, they almost made him like a grown-up punk kid.
Yeah.
Who took it to the limit and became this like ultimate villain who's on par brain-wise with Sherlock Holmes. So they,